Legendary 1946 Lincoln wheat penny is one of the most fascinating coins ever produced in the history of American currency. At first glance, it may appear like an ordinary 1-cent coin, but hidden behind its humble copper surface is a story that excites collectors all over the world. This coin was struck shortly after World War II, a time when the United States was rebuilding its economy and strengthening its identity. Because of this historical background, the 1946 wheat penny carries both emotional and collectible value that makes people search through their old coin jars hoping to discover this tiny treasure. The design of the coin features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, one of the most respected presidents in American history. His calm and thoughtful profile appears on the front side of the coin, along with the word liberty and the year 1946. The back of the coin displays two elegant wheat stalks surrounding the words 1 cent and United States of America. This wheat design is why collectors call it the wheat penny. That simple yet beautiful artwork has become one of the most recognizable designs ever used by the United States Mint. In 1946, the coin was produced in several mint locations across the United States. The main facilities that struck these coins were located in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins from Philadelphia normally have no mint mark, while those from Denver carry the small letter D, and those from San Francisco show the letter S. Each mint produced millions of coins, yet collectors pay special attention to certain mint marks because some are scarcer in high-quality condition. Although millions of these pennies were made, not every coin survived in perfect shape. Over the decades, many were spent, scratched, or damaged in circulation. Because of this, collectors place a huge premium on coins that remain in brilliant mint condition. A flawless example of the 1946 wheat penny can attract serious attention at auctions, where experienced collectors compete to add the coin to their prize collections. Sometimes the real excitement comes from rare minting mistakes. During the coin-making process, small mechanical errors can occur that create unusual varieties. A wheat penny with a dramatic die crack, double image, or unusual strike instantly becomes more desirable. These rare varieties turn an ordinary 1-cent coin into a collectible artifact that could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on its condition and rarity. Many people mistakenly believe this coin is made of silver because of its age and shine, but the classic wheat penny is actually composed mostly of copper. Despite that, its collectible value can be far greater than its metal value. What truly drives the price upward is rarity, historical importance, and the condition of the coin. When all three factors come together, the value can surprise even experienced collectors. For passionate numismatists, discovering a beautiful 1946 wheat penny feels like uncovering a piece of hidden history. These coins travel through decades of American life, passing from hand to hand in stores, markets, and banks. Every scratch and mark tells a silent story about the journey the coin has taken through time. Collectors often search through old coin collections, inherited jars, or forgotten piggy banks, hoping to find a rare example. Sometimes valuable coins hide in the most ordinary places. Stories occasionally surface about people discovering old wheat pennies in drawers or boxes that later turn out to be worth far more than their tiny face value. Professional grading also plays a powerful role in determining value. Experts examine the coin carefully, studying its luster, color, strike quality, and overall preservation. Coins that achieve high grades are sealed in protective holders and become extremely desirable among serious collectors who want only the finest examples. Because of the intense interest in wheat pennies, auctions dedicated to rare coins often feature exceptional specimens. When a beautifully preserved 1946 coin appears at one of these events, collectors around the world may compete to own it. The excitement of bidding can push the price far higher than expected. The fascination with this coin also comes from a connection to a famous era in American coinage known as the Lincoln Wheat Cent series. This series ran for many decades and remains one of the most beloved among collectors. The 1946 issue represents the beginning of the post-war chapter of that long-running design. Holding such a coin can feel like holding a small piece of history. It reminds people of the economic recovery after the war and the everyday transactions that shaped daily life in the mid-20th century. Even though it is small, its historical significance makes it an object of great curiosity and admiration. For collectors and treasure hunters alike, the message is simple. Never ignore an old coin. Something that looks ordinary might carry surprising value if it has rare features or exceptional condition. Many people check every old penny carefully because one special piece could become the highlight of an entire collection. The 1946 Liberty Wheat penny, therefore, remains a symbol of hidden opportunity. While most examples are worth only modest amounts, rare high-grade or unusual varieties can command impressive prices in a collector market. That possibility is what keeps the dream alive for millions of coin enthusiasts who continue searching, hoping that one day a small copper penny might transform into an extraordinary discovery. The legendary 1956 Lincoln Wheat penny is one of those mysterious coins that can turn an ordinary pocket change story into a thrilling treasure hunt. At first glance, it may look like a simple 1-cent coin, but collectors around the world know that some rare versions of this historic penny carry an astonishing value. Minted in the United States Mint, this small copper coin holds a powerful history that fascinates collectors and treasure hunters who constantly search for hidden gems that could transform their fortunes overnight. The design of the 1956 Liberty Wheat penny features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, on the front side of the coin. Above his head appears the famous motto, "In God We Trust," while the word liberty proudly stands beside the portrait. This design was originally created by the talented sculptor Victor David Brenner, whose artistic work turned a simple 1-cent coin into a timeless symbol of American heritage and pride. On the reverse side of the coin, 2 elegant wheat stalks curve around the edges, giving the penny its famous nickname, Wheat Penny. These wheat ears represent prosperity and growth, reflecting the agricultural strength of the nation during the early 20th century. The words 1 cent and United States of America appear boldly in the center, reminding collectors that even the smallest denomination can sometimes carry extraordinary importance. In 1956, the penny was produced in different mint locations, including the Philadelphia Mint and the San Francisco Mint. Coins from Philadelphia usually appear without a mint mark, while the 1956 S. Lincoln Wheat penny carries a small S mint mark beneath the date. Each mint produced millions of coins, yet only a tiny fraction survived in exceptional condition, which is why collectors pay enormous attention to the finest preserved examples. What truly transforms an ordinary 1956 penny into a potentially valuable treasure is its condition. Coins that remain in mint state condition, meaning they were never circulated and still display their original shine, are considered extremely desirable. When a coin shows sharp details, glowing surfaces, and almost no wear, collectors compete fiercely to add it to their collections. Another powerful factor that can increase the value of a 1956 wheat penny is the presence of rare minting errors. During the coin striking process, small mechanical mistakes sometimes created unusual variations such as double letters, off-center strikes, or misaligned designs. These unusual characteristics make certain coins stand out dramatically among millions of ordinary pieces. Among collectors, the most fascinating discoveries are high-grade specimens preserved for decades in perfect condition. A flawless example graded by professional coin experts can attract intense attention at auctions. When collectors realize they are looking at an exceptionally preserved piece of history, bidding can rise quickly as enthusiasts compete for ownership. Stories from the coin collecting world often describe people who discovered rare pennies hiding inside old jars, forgotten drawers, or inherited coin collections. These surprising discoveries fuel the imagination of collectors everywhere. The possibility that a tiny 1-cent coin could be hiding extraordinary value is what keeps the excitement of coin hunting alive. The 1956 wheat penny also represents the final era of an iconic American coin series. The wheat design had been used for decades before it was eventually replaced by a different reverse design in later years. Because of this historical connection, collectors appreciate these coins not only for their potential value, but also for their role in the long story of American coinage. Professional grading services carefully examine rare coins under powerful magnification to determine their quality and authenticity. The grade assigned to a coin can dramatically influence its market price. A small difference in preservation can turn a modest coin into a collector's prize worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Although ordinary examples of the 1956 wheat penny are still relatively common, rare high-grade pieces and unusual error varieties can command impressive prices in a collector market. Enthusiasts understand that patience, knowledge, and a sharp eye are essential when searching for hidden treasures among everyday coins. For many collectors, the thrill lies not only in the value, but in the mystery. Every wheat penny carries a story. Who once held it, where it traveled, and how it survived through decades of change. This sense of history makes each coin feel like a tiny time capsule from another era. Because of these possibilities, experienced collectors always advise people to carefully examine old pennies before spending them. What appears to be an ordinary coin might reveal subtle details that make it special. A tiny mint mark, an unusual strike, or remarkable condition could transform a forgotten coin into a prized collectible. In the end, the 1956 Liberty Wheat penny reminds us that remarkable treasures sometimes hide in the smallest places. A single coin resting quietly in a collection, or coin jar, can hold surprising historical and collector value. For those who enjoy the excitement of coin hunting, every wheat penny offers a thrilling possibility that the next great discovery might already be in their hands. The story of the 1953 Lincoln Wheat penny is one that excites coin collectors around the world. At first glance, this small copper coin may look ordinary, something you might overlook in your pocket change. But hidden behind its simple design is a fascinating history and the possibility of incredible value. Many collectors believe that certain rare versions of this coin can be worth astonishing amounts today, turning an everyday coin into a potential treasure that could change someone's life overnight. This famous coin belongs to the long-running Lincoln Wheat penny series, a design admired by collectors for more than a century. The front of the coin proudly shows a portrait of Abraham Lincoln, while the back displays two elegant wheat ears that symbolize prosperity and strength. These wheat ears gave the coin its popular nickname, the Wheat Penny, and they remain one of the most beloved designs in American coin history. In 1953, this coin was produced at two main United States mint facilities, the historic United States Mint locations in Philadelphia Mint and San Francisco Mint. Coins from Philadelphia usually carry no mint mark, while those from San Francisco are marked with a small s. Even though millions of coins were struck, collectors constantly search for the rarest and most perfect examples among them. What makes the 1953 Wheat penny so interesting is that not every coin from that year is equal. Some coins left the mint with tiny production mistakes known as mint errors. These errors might include doubled letters, unusual surfaces, or slight differences in the design. When collectors discover such unusual pieces, their excitement grows because rarity always increases the value of a coin in the collecting world. Another reason certain 1953 pennies become extremely valuable is their condition. A coin that has remained untouched for decades, with sharp details and bright original color, can be far more valuable than one that has circulated for years. Professional grading services often evaluate coins and assign them a grade, and the highest grade examples can command extraordinary prices at auctions. Collectors also love the thrill of discovery when searching through old jars, coin rolls, or inherited collections. Imagine finding a simple-looking penny, only to learn that it could be worth thousands or even far more because of its rarity and condition. Stories like these fuel the dream that a hidden treasure could still be waiting in someone's drawer or coin box. The design itself adds to the coin's charm. The calm and thoughtful portrait of Abraham Lincoln represents leadership and perseverance, while the wheat ears on the reverse reflect the agricultural strength of the nation. This simple yet powerful artwork has made the wheat penny one of the most recognizable coins ever produced in the United States. Although most 1953 pennies are worth only a modest amount, certain rare varieties or exceptional pieces have been sold for impressive sums. Collectors sometimes compete fiercely in auctions to obtain the finest examples. When demand is high and supply is extremely limited, prices can climb dramatically, turning a humble penny into a prized collector's item. Over the years, stories have circulated among collectors about extraordinary discoveries. Someone cleaning out an old piggy bank or sorting through inherited coins might suddenly notice a brilliant 1953 penny with unusual details. That moment of realization can be thrilling, because it suggests the coin could hold far more value than anyone expected. The excitement surrounding the 1953 wheat penny also comes from its place in history. Coins from this era represent a time when everyday money carried artistic designs and meaningful symbols. Holding one in your hand feels like holding a tiny piece of the past, connecting modern collectors with the people who used these coins decades ago. Serious collectors often protect their valuable coins in special holders and store them carefully to preserve their condition. Even a slight scratch or damage can reduce a coin's value significantly. That is why experts always advise collectors to handle rare coins gently and avoid cleaning them, since cleaning can sometimes decrease their worth. The market for rare coins continues to grow as more people become interested in numismatics, the study and collection of coins. Enthusiasts enjoy researching mint marks, studying design details, and comparing different examples to find the rarest varieties. For them, the hunt for a special coin like the 1953 wheat penny is both a hobby and an adventure. For anyone who discovers a 1953 wheat penny in excellent condition, it is wise to have it examined by knowledgeable collectors or professional graders. They can determine whether the coin is common or whether it has rare characteristics that make it far more valuable than expected. Sometimes a small detail can make a big difference. In the end, the legend of the 1953 wheat penny reminds us that even the smallest objects can hold surprising stories and hidden value. A coin that once bought a piece of candy could today spark the excitement of collectors around the world. And for those lucky enough to find a rare example, that little copper penny might just feel like a treasure capable of transforming an ordinary moment into an unforgettable discovery. The story of the 1955 Lincoln wheat penny begins with one of the most fascinating chapters in American coin collecting. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary 1-cent coin, the kind people once carried in their pockets without a second thought. But hidden within some 1955 pennies is a mystery that has stunned collectors for decades. A small copper coin, produced in the United States Mint, suddenly became one of the most talked about treasures in the world of numismatics. What makes this coin extraordinary is not only its age, but the rare mistakes and unique features that turn an everyday penny into a collector's dream worth astonishing amounts of money. In 1955, the famous Lincoln wheat cent was still being produced, carrying the portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front and 2 elegant wheat ears on the reverse. Millions of these pennies were minted in the United States Mint, including coins from the Philadelphia Mint marked with no letter and from the San Francisco Mint marked with an S. While most of these coins circulated normally, a few pieces left the mint with unusual characteristics that collectors later discovered to be extremely rare and valuable. The most legendary example from 1955 is the famous double die variety. During the minting process, a mechanical misalignment occurred when the coin dies were created. This caused the design to be stamped twice in a slightly offset position, producing a dramatic doubling effect on the date and lettering. When you look closely at words like liberty and in God we trust, the letters appear clearly doubled, almost like a shadow behind each character. This mistake transformed a simple coin into a historical artifact that collectors around the world search for with excitement. What makes this coin even more thrilling is how unnoticed it was at first. In the mid-1950s, thousands of these double coins quietly entered circulation through cigarette vending machines and bankrolls. People spent them like normal pennies without realizing they were holding a small fortune. Over time, collectors began noticing the strange doubling, and word spread rapidly through the coin-collecting community. Soon, the 1955 wheat penny became one of the most famous era coins ever discovered. The value of these rare pennies can be astonishing depending on their condition. A worn example may still be worth hundreds or thousands of dollars, but a well-preserved specimen can command incredible prices at auctions. Collectors who dream about finding rare coins often mention the 1955 wheat penny as one of the ultimate treasures. Its dramatic mint era and historical significance make it a centerpiece of many high-end collections. Although many ordinary 1955 pennies exist, the true double-die version is what creates the excitement. The difference between a common coin and a rare one often lies in tiny details that only careful observation reveals. A collector who studies the coin under magnification might suddenly realize they are holding a remarkable discovery. That moment, when a simple penny reveals its hidden rarity, is what makes coin collecting so thrilling. Another fascinating aspect of the 1955 wheat penny is its connection to American history. These coins were produced during a time when the United States was experiencing rapid economic growth after World War II. The penny itself represented everyday commerce. Yet within that simple coin lies a story of craftsmanship, machinery, and accidental artistry that turn an ordinary object into a prized collectible. Collectors often imagine the incredible possibility of finding such a coin in an old jar, a forgotten drawer, or a family coin collection. The idea that a tiny copper penny could be worth thousands or even more captures the imagination. Stories circulate about lucky individuals who discovered rare coins and pocket change and suddenly realized they possessed something extraordinary. Despite the myths and exaggerated claims that sometimes appear online, not every 1955 wheat penny is worth millions. However, the excitement surrounding the rare varieties keeps collectors searching tirelessly. The thrill of discovery is part of what drives a hobby, and coins like the 1955 wheat penny keep that excitement alive generation after generation. The design of the wheat penny itself adds to its charm. The profile of Abraham Lincoln represents leadership and unity, while the wheat ears symbolize prosperity and the strength of American agriculture. Together, they form one of the most recognizable designs in U.S. coinage history. Even people who are not collectors often admire the classic beauty of the wheat penny. Condition also plays a huge role in determining value. Coins that have remained bright, sharp, and nearly untouched over decades are far rarer than those that circulated heavily. A brilliant uncirculated example of the famous 1955 double-die penny can attract intense interest from collectors and investors alike, sometimes reaching prices that surprise even experienced numismatists. Over the decades, this coin has become something of a legend in the collecting world. Coin shows, auctions, and collector magazines frequently discuss it as one of the most dramatic mint errors ever produced. Its reputation continues to inspire new collectors to examine their coins carefully, hoping to uncover a similar treasure hiding in plain sight. Many collectors treat the discovery of such a coin as a once-in-a-lifetime moment. Holding a rare wheat penny is like holding a small piece of history, a reminder that even ordinary objects can carry extraordinary stories. The 1955 wheat penny proves that sometimes the most valuable treasures are the ones people overlook every day. In the end, the 1955 Liberty wheat penny remains one of the most captivating coins in American numismatic history. Its unexpected mint error, beautiful design, and thrilling story have transformed it from a simple 1-cent piece into a legendary collectible. For those who dream of finding hidden wealth in old coins, the 1955 wheat penny stands as a powerful reminder that a tiny piece of copper might just hold the potential to change someone's fortune overnight. The legendary 1950 Lincoln wheat penny is one of those mysterious coins that fascinates collectors and treasure hunters across the world. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary 1-cent piece, but for those who understand the hidden stories inside old coins, this small copper treasure can represent history, rarity, and sometimes an unbelievable fortune. Many people overlook these coins every day without realizing that certain rare versions from 1950 can carry astonishing value in today's collector's market. The design of this famous coin features the portrait of Abraham Lincoln, one of the most respected presidents in American history. On the reverse side appear the iconic wheat ears, which is why collectors call it the wheat penny. This design was created by talented sculptor Victor David Brenner, whose work turned a simple 1-cent coin into a timeless piece of art that collectors still admire more than a century later. In 1950, these pennies were struck at different facilities of the United States Mint, including the Philadelphia Mint and the San Francisco Mint. Coins produced in Philadelphia usually carry no mint mark, while those from San Francisco carry the famous S mark. Each mint produced coins with slight differences, and these tiny details can make an enormous difference in value for collectors who spend years searching for the rarest variations. Although most 1950 wheat pennies are common, certain examples become extremely valuable when they appear in exceptional condition. Coins that remain bright, sharply detailed, and nearly untouched by circulation are considered highly desirable. Professional collectors carefully examine these coins for perfect surfaces, strong luster, and clean edges, because the better the condition, the more breathtaking the potential value becomes. Another factor that can turn a simple coin into a collector's dream is the presence of minting errors. During the coin production process, small mistakes can occur, such as doubled letters, unusual shapes, or off-center strikes. When a rare minting error appears on a 1950 wheat penny, the coin suddenly transforms from ordinary currency into a fascinating collectible that can attract intense interest at auctions. The story of the wheat penny itself began decades earlier in introduction of the Lincoln cent in 1909, a historic moment in American coinage. The coin was introduced to celebrate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, and it became the first regular United States coin to feature a real historical figure. By 1950, the wheat penny had already become a familiar part of daily life across the country. Collectors often dream about discovering rare coins in forgotten jars, old wallets, or inherited collections. A 1950 wheat penny sitting quietly among ordinary coins could suddenly become the centerpiece of a collection if it possesses the right combination of rarity, condition, and historical charm. That possibility is what makes coin collecting such an exciting and sometimes life-changing hobby. In the modern collector's market, the value of a coin is determined by several important factors. Professional grading services carefully evaluate coins using detailed scales that measure wear, shine, and overall quality. When a 1950 wheat penny receives an exceptionally high grade, its value can increase dramatically, sometimes surprising even experienced collectors. Many collectors also look closely at subtle differences between mint marks. The 1950s penny, for example, can be particularly appealing because San Francisco coins sometimes had smaller production numbers and unique characteristics. These tiny details might seem insignificant to ordinary people, but to a passionate collector, they can represent a rare treasure waiting to be discovered. Over the decades, the wheat penny has built a reputation as one of the most beloved coins in American history. Its classic wheat ear design and strong connection to Abraham Lincoln give it both artistic and historical importance. Even though millions were produced, the search for exceptional examples continues to excite collectors around the world. Stories occasionally circulate about pennies selling for extraordinary amounts of money, and while such cases usually involve extremely rare conditions or unusual errors, they keep the dream alive for collectors. The thought that a small coin could carry enormous value inspires people everywhere to check their change more carefully than ever before. For many enthusiasts, the real magic of the 1950 wheat penny is not just a potential price, but the journey of discovery. Each coin carries decades of history, passing through countless hands, witnessing different eras, and surviving long enough to reach today's collectors who appreciate its story. Because of this lasting fascination, collectors advise people not to rush when they find an old wheat penny. Taking the time to examine it carefully, learning about its mint mark, and understanding its condition can make the difference between an ordinary coin and a remarkable collectible. In the end, the humble 1950 Lincoln wheat penny proves that even the smallest objects can hold incredible stories and surprising value. What once circulated as a simple 1-cent coin can now capture the imagination of collectors worldwide, reminding us that hidden treasures sometimes exist in the most unexpected places. The 1928 silver dollar begins like a quiet legend, one that hides extraordinary value beneath a calm and elegant design. At first glance, it may seem like just another old coin, but collectors around the world know that this particular year holds a special place in history. It is not just silver. It is a symbol of rarity, survival, and hidden fortune waiting to be discovered. Minted by the historic United States Mint, the 1928 peace dollar represents one of the lowest mintage years in the entire peace dollar series. That alone makes it incredibly desirable. While millions of coins were struck in other years, 1928 stands apart because far fewer were produced, making every surviving coin today far more precious than most people realize. What truly makes this coin captivating is its origin. The Peace Dollar series was introduced to celebrate the end of World War I and symbolize hope and peace. Designed by Anthony de Francisci, the coin features Lady Liberty with a radiant crown on one side and a peaceful eagle resting on the other. This artistic beauty, combined with historical significance, creates a powerful emotional connection for collectors. Now, here is where things become exciting. The 1928 peace dollar minted in Philadelphia, no mint mark, is considered the key date of the series. Because of its extremely low production numbers, even a moderately preserved coin can fetch a surprisingly high price. And if the coin is in exceptional uncirculated condition, its value can rise dramatically, making it one of the most sought-after treasures in American coinage. There is also the 1928 S version, struck in San Francisco, which carries its own appeal. While not as rare as the Philadelphia issue, it is still highly collectible and can command strong prices depending on its condition. Many collectors spend years searching for well-preserved examples of both variations, hoping to complete their collections. However, it is important to understand the truth behind the million-dollar dream. Not every 1928 piece dollar will make you instantly rich. Only coins in near-perfect condition, with strong details, original luster, and no damage, have the potential to reach extremely high values. Condition is everything in the world of rare coins, and even small differences can mean huge changes in price. That said, the highest grade examples of this coin have indeed reached astonishing prices at auctions. When a coin is graded at the very top of the scale, and preserved almost perfectly for nearly a century, collectors are willing to pay extraordinary amounts to own such a rarity. These are the coins that turn heads and spark global bidding wars. Another factor that increases value is originality. Coins that have not been cleaned or altered are far more desirable. Natural toning, untouched surfaces, and authentic aging all add to the coin story, and collectors are willing to pay a premium for that untouched beauty. A coin that has been tampered with, even slightly, can lose a significant portion of its value. Silver content also plays a role, though it is not the main driver value here. Like all piece dollars, the 1928 coin is made of 90% silver. While the metal itself has worth, the real treasure lies in rarity and condition rather than just silver weight. This is what separates a common coin from a collector's dream. Many people unknowingly own old coins passed down through generations, tucked away in drawers or boxes. The thought that one of these could be a rare 1928 piece dollar is what fuels excitement among collectors. It is like holding a piece of hidden history that could potentially change your financial future. Still, patience and knowledge are key. If you believe you have such a coin, it is crucial not to rush into selling it. Proper evaluation by a professional grading service can reveal its true worth. Without this step, many people unknowingly sell valuable coins for far less than they deserve. The market for rare coins is driven by passion as much as by money. Collectors are not just buying metal. They are buying stories, history, and rarity. The 1928 piece dollar stands as a perfect example of how something small and seemingly ordinary can carry immense importance and value. In the end, the real magic of this coin lies in its mystery. It reminds us that treasure does not always shine brightly at first glance. Sometimes, it waits quietly, hidden in plain sight, until someone recognizes its true worth. So if you ever come across a 1928 piece silver dollar, take a closer look. What you hold in your hand might not just be a coin. It could be a rare piece of history with the power to transform your fortune, if you understand its true value and treat it with the respect it deserves. The legendary 1922 piece dollar stands as one of the most iconic and mesmerizing coins ever struck in the United States, carried with a sense of history, mystery, and the promise of hidden fortune. When people first hold this shining piece of silver, they often feel as though they are touching a forgotten era, an era shaped by triumph, recovery, and hope after one of the darkest chapters in human history. The word peace engraved upon it is not just a label. It is a symbol of victory and a new beginning. Born in the aftermath of World War I, the 1922 piece dollar represents a nation stepping forward with renewed strength and optimism. The design itself captures that spirit perfectly, with Lady Liberty's radiant crown symbolizing light spreading across the world. Every detail on this coin feels deliberate, powerful, and deeply meaningful, making it much more than just currency. It becomes a storyteller frozen in silver. The 1922 issue was minted in massive numbers compared to some rarer years, but that does not mean every coin is ordinary. Hidden among millions are rare gems that collectors dream about, coins with flawless surfaces, perfect strikes, and historical purity. These are the coins that can transform from simple pocket change into treasures worth astonishing sums, depending on their condition and uniqueness. Coins from the Philadelphia Mint, often marked with no mint mark, are widely found, but even among them, certain high-grade specimens can command impressive prices. Meanwhile, coins struck at the San Francisco Mint, bearing the S Mint mark, can carry additional allure due to variations in strike quality and scarcity in top condition. Each mint tells its own story, and collectors often chase these subtle differences with passion. What truly separates an ordinary 1922 piece dollar from a life-changing treasure is its condition, also known as its grade. A coin that has survived untouched, with sharp details and glowing luster, can skyrocket in value. These pristine examples are rare survivors of time, untouched by the wearer's circulation, and they hold an almost magical appeal to collectors worldwide. In the world of coin collecting, even the smallest imperfection can dramatically affect value. Scratches, dullness, or signs of wear can reduce a coin's worth significantly, while a nearly perfect specimen can multiply in value many times over. This is why collectors examine these coins with extreme care, often using magnification to uncover every tiny detail hidden within the metal. There are also fascinating varieties within the 1922 piece dollar series that can elevate its value even further. Some coins feature subtle differences in design or striking quality, making them stand out from the rest. These variations are like hidden secrets, waiting to be discovered by a sharp-eyed collector who understands their significance. Despite the excitement and bold claims often heard, it is important to understand that not every 1922 piece dollar is worth millions. Most circulated examples trade for modest amounts based on their silver content and historical appeal. However, the dream remains alive because a truly exceptional piece, one in extraordinary condition, can reach prices that feel almost unbelievable. The true magic of this coin lies not just in its potential value, but in the journey it represents. From the moment it was struck nearly a century ago to the present day, it has passed through countless hands, witnessed changing times, and survived economic shifts. Each coin carries a silent history that adds depth to its physical beauty. Collectors often describe the thrill of finding a rare piece dollar as a life-changing moment. It is the kind of discovery that sparks excitement, curiosity, and a deep appreciation for history. The idea that a small silver coin can hold such power is what makes coin collecting so captivating and addictive. However, anyone who owns a 1922 piece dollar should approach its value with both excitement and caution. While the dream of overnight wealth is alluring, the true worth of a coin must be verified through careful examination and, ideally, professional grading. This ensures that its value is understood accurately and not based on exaggerated claims. If you believe you possess a high-quality or unusual example, it is wise to protect it carefully. Proper storage, minimal handling, and expert evaluation can preserve its condition and potentially enhance its future value. Treating the coin with respect ensures that its beauty and significance remain intact for years to come. The fascination with the 1922 piece dollar continues to grow as new collectors enter the world of numismatics. Its combination of beauty, history, and potential value makes a centerpiece in many collections. Whether modest or extraordinary, every coin contributes to the larger story of this remarkable series. In the end, the 1922 piece dollar is more than just a piece of silver. It is a symbol of hope, resilience, and possibility. While not every coin will make you a billionaire overnight, the right one, in the right condition, can indeed change your financial future. And perhaps more importantly, it can connect you to a powerful moment in history, making you the keeper of a timeless treasure. The legendary 1923 piece dollar is more than just a piece of metal. It is a symbol of hope, victory, and a turning point in global history. Born in the aftermath of World War I, this coin carries the emotional weight of a world seeking peace. Its radiant design, featuring Lady Liberty crowned with rays of light, reflects not just artistry, but a powerful message that still resonates with collectors today. What makes the 1923 piece dollar so fascinating is the mystery surrounding its true value. While millions were minted, only a small fraction exists today in pristine, untouched condition. Coins struck at the Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, and the San Francisco Mint, marked S, hold different levels of rarity, and those subtle differences can transform an ordinary-looking coin into a treasure worth far more than its face value. Imagine holding a coin that has survived a century, passed through countless hands, hidden in drawers, forgotten in old collections, only to resurface as a potential life-changing discovery. The 1923 piece dollar isn't just currency, It's a time capsule. Every scratch, every shine, tells a story of survival, making each coin unique in its own right. The real magic begins when condition enters the picture. A heavily circulated 1923 piece dollar might be worth a modest sum, but an uncirculated example, especially one with brilliant luster and no visible wear, can command astonishing prices. Collectors are willing to pay thousands for coins graded at the highest levels, where perfection meets history. Now comes the thrilling part: rare variations and exceptional grades. Some 1923 coins, particularly those with sharp strikes and flawless surfaces, have reached jaw-dropping values at auctions. While not every coin will make you a millionaire overnight, certain top-tier examples have crossed into the realm where dreams begin to feel real. The San Francisco S. Mint coins often spark excitement among collectors. Due to variations in production quality, some of these coins are harder to find in high grades. This scarcity fuels demand, and demand drives value, sometimes far beyond what most people would ever expect from a $1 coin. But here's where caution meets opportunity. Many exaggerated claims circulate about these coins being worth millions instantly. The truth is more nuanced. While the 1923 piece dollar can be highly valuable, only the rarest and finest specimens reach extraordinary prices. Knowledge is your greatest weapon in separating myth from reality. Still, the possibility alone is enough to ignite curiosity. What if that old coin sitting in your drawer is one of the rare ones? What if its condition, mint marked, or unique characteristics place it among the elite? These questions keep collectors searching, examining, and dreaming. Authentication is crucial in this journey. A genuine 1923 piece dollar should have precise weight, design details, and silver content. Professional grading services can unlock the true potential of your coin, giving it credibility and often significantly increasing its market value. The artistry of the coin cannot be overlooked. Designed by Anthony DeFrancisi, the piece dollar stands as one of the most beautiful coins ever produced in the United States. The reverse, showing a majestic eagle at rest clutching an olive branch, reinforces a theme of peace and strength combined. Collectors across the world compete to own the finest examples of this historic coin. Auctions become battlegrounds where rare pieces are fought over with intense passion. Each sale adds another chapter to the coin's evolving legacy, pushing its reputation, and sometimes its value, even higher. If you're lucky enough to own one, patience is key. Selling too quickly or without proper knowledge can mean losing out on significant value. The right timing, the right buyer, and the right condition assessment can make a dramatic difference in what your coin ultimately brings. It's important to understand that becoming a billionaire overnight from a single 1923 piece dollar is extremely unlikely. However, finding a high-grade or rare variation can absolutely change your financial situation in a meaningful way. The excitement lies in the possibility, the thrill of discovery. In the end, the 1923 piece dollar is not just about money. It's about history, artistry, and the enduring allure of hidden treasure. Whether worth a modest amount or a small fortune, this coin carries a legacy that continues to captivate collectors and dreamers alike, proving that sometimes the smallest can hold the greatest power.